Are you kind of tired of your WooCommerce product pages looking, well, exactly like everyone else's? We're about to dive into how a few smart customizations can not only make your store stand out, but also slash your return rates and seriously boost your sales. Let's get into it. Okay, let's be real. If you sell anything with sizing, clothes, shoes, you name it, you have absolutely felt this pain. A customer orders, gets the wrong size, and boom, it comes right back to you. It's this frustrating cycle that costs you money, costs you time, and it can even hurt your brand's reputation. So where does this problem actually come from? Well, you might be surprised. The root of it is often the product page itself. The standard WooCommerce setup is a fantastic starting point for sure, but it often just doesn't have those specific little details that customers need to feel confident and hit that buy button. And that uncertainty, it just snowballs into all sorts of problems. Customers get hesitant, they abandon their carts, or they'll just take a wild guess on the sizing, which, almost always leads to a return. Either way, it hits your bottom line, and it's a huge sign that your product page isn't doing its job. So, how do we fix this? To find the right solution, we first need to understand the two main building blocks that WooCommerce gives us: product attributes and custom fields. Now, they might sound kind of similar, but trust me, they do very different, very important things. Okay, so here's the best way to think about it. Attributes are for organizing your entire store. They're what let your customers filter by color or size on the side of your shop page. Custom fields, on the other hand, are for the totally unique details of a single product, like its specific country of origin or a box for a personalized engraving. But here's the catch. WooCommerce's built-in tool for custom fields, it's surprisingly basic. We're talking simple text only. And worse, you actually have to dive into code just to make that text show up on the page. For any store that's trying to grow, that is just not a solution that's going to work long term. And this is where plugins, thankfully, come in to save the day. Instead of fighting with code, we can use a tool that's built to make this whole process easy. And the most popular one by far is a plugin called Advanced Custom Fields, or just ACF. What's so great about a tool like ACF is how it takes what sounds like a really technical job and just breaks it down into 4 simple steps. You can add anything you want: an image, a video, a PDF file, right to your product page, all without ever having to leave your WordPress dashboard. It's that easy. And this is a total game changer. It's not just about you showing information anymore. It's about your customers giving you information. Think about it. A field for custom engraving on a watch, or a spot for a special message with a gift. This just opens up a whole new world of personalization. And if you take it a step further with the Pro version, oh man, the possibilities just explode. Imagine creating different image galleries for each color of a shirt, or building a detailed what's in the box list for a tech product, or even designing these cool modular pages with sections you can drag and drop. This is how you create a truly custom experience. All right, let's get practical. Let's put these powerful tools to work on one of the single biggest challenges for any online store: getting the sizing right. If there's one thing everyone agrees on, it's this: absolutely nothing gives a customer more confidence than a clear, easy-to-find size chart. It is the single most effective way to solve their biggest hesitation and has been proven again and again to bring those return rates way down. The cool thing is, modern size chart plugins are incredibly smart. You can create one t-shirt size chart and assign it to your entire t-shirt category. From then on, every single t-shirt you have and every new one you add will automatically get the right chart. Think of all the manual work that saves. So one of my favorite ways to display this is in a pop-up window. This is a fantastic user experience, and here's why. It gives the customer the info they need without forcing them to leave the product page. It keeps them in that buying mindset focused on the purchase. Or, hey, maybe a pop-up isn't your style. No problem. Another great option is to add a dedicated size guide tab right next to the product description and the reviews. This keeps everything super organized in one spot, which is perfect for those customers who like to have all the details laid out. All right, so you're sold on the idea. You want to add these awesome features. Now what? Well, you've basically got 2 main paths you can take. You can use a friendly plugin that does all the heavy lifting, or you can get your hands dirty with some custom code snippets. Let's break down the pros and cons, shall we? Plugins are amazing for speed and just ease of use. Plus, you usually get support if you get stuck. Code, on the other hand, gives you ultimate control and means one less plugin on your site. But it definitely requires some technical skill, and you're the one who has to maintain it.
Now, let's talk about one of the most common, and let's be honest, frustrating problems you might run into. You set up your beautiful size chart, you've assigned it to a product, but nothing. It's just not there. This happens all the time, especially if you're using a page builder like Elementor or a really custom theme. The culprit is usually something we call a hook conflict. Now, I love this analogy. Think of WooCommerce as a house with designated hooks on the walls. Plugins are designed to come in and hang things, like your size chart, on those hooks. The problem is, a lot of custom themes and page builders build a whole new house from scratch, and they forget to install the hooks. So the plugin shows up, ready to go, but there's just nowhere to hang its content. But don't worry, there is an almost universal fix for this. And it's so simple, the shortcode. Pretty much every good plugin will give you one of these. You just copy this little piece of text and paste it into any text block in your page builder. It completely bypasses the need for those hooks and lets you put that size chart button exactly where you want it to go. Problem solved. All right, let's bring it all home. We've talked about the problems, we've walked through the solutions. Now let's focus on the real-world payoff, the incredible impact these changes can actually have on your business. So, what does all this work get you? Well, by giving your customers all this detailed info and clear size charts, you are hitting the root causes of why they hesitate and why they return things. The result is this amazing win-win-win. You see a big drop in returns, a huge boost in customer confidence, and best of all, a real measurable increase in your sales. And remember, this is about more than just data. When you take the time to customize the colors and styles of these new elements, you make them feel like a seamless part of your brand. It elevates the whole shopping experience from just another generic store to something that feels professional, trustworthy, and uniquely yours. So I want to leave you with a little challenge for your own store. Don't think about this as some massive project. Instead, just ask yourself this one question. What is the one single detail? Maybe it's a country of origin field, or a materials used list, or just a simple size chart. What's that one thing you could add right now to answer your customer's biggest question and turn their hesitation into a confident sale?